Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Joel Kinnaman about season 3 of For All Mankind, debuting globally on Apple TV Plus June 10th. Thank you for doing this, man.
Thank you. Pleasure talking to you.
It's 3 seasons now of playing this character. Are you still learning a little bit, or do you feel like you have a grasp of this character, Edward Baldwin?
No, I think what's been so thrilling with playing this character and working with these writers for, 3 seasons, going on 4 and 5, at some point, I'm not saying that anything has been announced yet because it hasn't, but, you never know what's going to happen in the future. But they have found a way to really take bold choices with these characters where they behave in ways that you just don't expect them to do, and that's to me what signifies a great character when they just have such a contrast in the way that they behave, and I get surprised every episode. I get surprised, and every season particularly I get really surprised on where they put me and how detailed their perception is of the character's journey in these 10 years that we don't see, and the ramifications that has on the season that we're about to play.
Yeah.
So it's been fascinating, and I don't think that this has been done many times where you get to really play a life like this. We're on to 3 decades now. And there, I was really fascinated. There was, I think, 3 major American universities, and I'm definitely going to butcher this study, but there was a big study on personality that was made over 40 years, and it was 3 major colleges that did it together, and they concluded that we've changed so much over a decade that we basically become a different person every 10 years.
Yeah.
And I feel that same thing with myself. And when I look at friends and family, and, of course we feel, we carry the history, but we are different people. And it's really interesting to get to portray that by every season.
Oh, absolutely. Joel Kinnaman is a storyteller. That's what you do. Is it safe to say one of your favorite things about storytelling is that you get to basically dive into all these many different worlds of For All Mankind, Suicide Squad, Altered Carbon? Is that the best thing about being a storyteller?
It is. It is. I think it's, that's something that we have done since the beginning of time as humans. That's what we do. We tell stories to each other, and it's a way of understanding ourselves and our future and our history. And of course, we find new ways of telling stories with technology. And I think film and TV is one of the great ways where we can imagine new worlds and reimagine old worlds and just, entertain ourselves, but at the same time, also give ourselves understanding and perspective of what we're going through in this life journey that we're all on.
Absolutely. And very quick before we wrap up, can we just give a shout out to the crew and the cinematographers? I mean, this show one of my favorite things, this show just looks so good. It's eye candy, Joel. Can we just give a quick shout out?
No, we have a incredible crew. It's like one of the great things also of getting to shoot in LA, where, it's one of the capital, it is one of the world capitals of film, and there's so many of the best filmmakers in the world that live in LA. So when you shoot here, we also get to work with, like, the crews are world class. Our crew, and we've retained like over 90% of our crew over 3 seasons, and it's a special thing when you're on a show and after you've been on the show for 3 years and the crew is so committed to the show and love the show and are invested, and you really feel like you are telling the story together, and you're like 150 people that, on a film crew, you're not going to have 150 people that are motivated to tell the stories, because there's some people that are just there for a paycheck and, you know, filling up the coffee or whatever. But on some shows, you really feel like a majority of the crew is really invested, and this is one of those.
Absolutely.
And so it creates an environment where everyone takes responsibility for the show, and we have that on this show, and I fucking love it, and I love them.
Absolutely. Joel, thank you so much for your time. Season 3 of For All Mankind is going to be debuting globally on Apple TV Plus June 10th. It was great chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time.
Great talking to you too, man. Take it easy.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.